Thank you. That is some of the best humble pie I have eaten in a long time. It's almost as good as my wife's humble pie when I have to eat it with her. Yeah. Anyway, if you just joined us, Dr. Alan Keyes called me up over the weekend and said, Randall, we have to talk. Because he watches our show. I'm so delighted, so honored that he watches our show. By the way, we're going to have him on again soon for a long interview. We're going to hopefully get him up here in studio and just talk. Him and I talk for 2, 3, 4 hours, whatever we can endure. We'll run some of the clips on this show. We'll make it available in DVD form for you. Lord help us. He's still Dr. Keyes is still, and may he be till the day he dies, a light, a piercing bright light for right and wrong, defining good and evil with a theocentric worldview, faithful to the Declaration of Independence. So Donald Trump, back to Donald Trump. He said, whoa, Randall, look, he says he wants to overturn Obamacare, but then he said in his speech, we need health care for everyone, and you need to get used to it, you conservatives. So there's two issues there. Number one, he's saying flat out he wants universal health care coverage. And number two, when he says you conservatives rather than we conservatives, all right? Again, Donald Trump speaks primarily without a filter. And I think that was really said. So this guy could be on a charade just exploiting xenophobia. That's the fear of that which is different. Xenophobia about Mexicans. Dr. Keyes thinks that that's what he's doing. He's just exploiting this over and over and over. I went, again, researching today, and there was something interesting pointed out by one of the pundits on Trump. He said, look, at his website, he doesn't have any positions. He literally doesn't have, here's where he stands on these things. Very interesting observation. There was one other thing that I can't remember. It'll come to me. Let me tell you the litmus test. Let me tell you the litmus test on Trump and all the rest of them. All right? And I told this to Dr. Keyes about Donald Trump. I despise the Republican establishment. Oh, there's one other thing I got to say. I love what you might have noticed, ladies and gentlemen. Our teleprompters are down. I, unlike Barack Obama and like Donald Trump, do these programs, generally speaking, from my heart, from my head. So, one of the things I love about Trump is that he just tells the media where to get off. He just won't take any guff from them. And that reminds me of me, because I've had these opportunities before in yesteryear when I was on Oprah, when I was on Donahue, and when all these different shows. I would not cut any slack to the people I was talking against if there was a pro-abort, a baby killer there, or if the media person was rude to me or rough on me. I wouldn't back down, would not back down. It would call them out on their own position. So it made me persona non grata with some media people. Nevertheless, Donald Trump is doing the right thing. Most conservative Americans, conservative Christians, have absolutely had it with the media. We have had it. And so Trump going after them, we're like, yes, just throttle him, pummel him. But in our excitement to see somebody like Trump pummeling the Republican establishment and getting away with it, because his poll numbers are he's still in the lead. All right, in the nationwide poll, he's still in the lead, even after his McCain comments. He's in first place in New Hampshire, and he's in a close second place in Iowa. So when we step back from him as Christians, people who fear God, we have to remember the two things, the two sins that cry out to God for judgment. All right? Let's just assume for a minute that Trump became president, got jobs back going to America, got our relationship with China and Russia in order, broke the back of ISIS. Okay? But he did nothing to stop the shedding of innocent blood. Nothing to overthrow Obergefell, this godless so-called homosexual marriage ruling. If he continued with the status quo, with these two sins that cry to God for judgment, the shedding of innocent blood and sodomy, the abominable decision called Obergefell, if Trump let those two things continue, America is still doomed. and it could die under his watch. Remember, if you look at the prophets in the Bible, sometimes they're prophesying judgment at times of great prosperity. A prosperous nation under Trump that still sheds blood is a nation that dies under Trump.